Alright, first up, I gotta get the missables. Let's see. Imperial Chronicle 5. The latest cables have suggested that one of the Croatian province's main bases is now in the hands of former Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. Life and risking life and limb. Seriously, who's the new writer? They don't have a name for the author of this article, do they? Strangely normal. I mean, I really should pay more attention to these Imperial Chronicle articles. The writer actually seems to have been, I don't know, possibly brainwashed into believing the Alliance. Who knows? Since he said much to my surprise on this page. He or she, yeah. I have no idea who the hell is writing this. I wonder if we'll ever meet the writer in person in this series. Hearing reports that we're starting to draw on. So any truth to these rumors. There's Rufus here as well. Vast majority have been eliminated, really? Probably not. Yeah, it seems more like Rufus is just doing damage control right now. Marquis High Arms. The Winds of Freedom. Alright, let's see. I also have to get Gambler Jack 2 at the Vance's Diner. Who has it? Factory worker, laborer. Huh. What the heck are you doing here? It's like, why do I have to do this? You won't even pay me with Mira. What kind of job pays with books? I don't even like books. Here, you take it off my hands. Gambler Jack 2, Chapter 10. So be sure, I do have the whole series right now, right? Yeah. Give me a recipe. Sounds like you had quite the ordeal over at the Schwarzstrasse barrier. It's over now, though, which means you've got some time to relax a little. And you know what will help you relax? A cocktail. Here, I'll teach you. Don't worry, it's non-alcoholic. Unfortunately, he's the only one who can cook right now, and I'm like, oh no! Did I miss a recipe? Shit. It says purchase pasta recipe book on December 23 to 26. No wait, that's in part 3. Wait, what? Why is it out of order? That makes no sense. It says that's supposed to come before Sweet Blue. What the hell is going on here? They scared me. Gah! How dare they? Tomatoes. Oh well.
Okay, let's give this
See
a
what
try.
you'll make with this.
Wow, people can actually eat this.
That was kind of misleading. Oh well. Okay, Roer Residence 1. Better go there real quick. There's Mint. I'm so glad Mom and Instructor Mary are alright. Thanks for the whole liberating Roer thing, Rean. Seriously, I really mean it. I can't thank you and your classmates enough. It's not like you didn't play a part in it or anything. But liberating Roer is just one step on our path to liberating the Academy. We'll all be counting on you. I won't lay you down. The sounds of things, you all fought wonderfully yesterday. It was quite a shock when I heard the particulars of what happened, but I'm glad you're all safe. Us too. Thank you, Instructor. Are you sure you don't want to come with us? You wouldn't be the first instructor to come on board the Courageous, and we'd be more than happy to have you. I'm certain that if I were to join you on the ship, I would only be a burden. That's due in no small part to my family potentially objecting to my presence there and causing trouble for everyone. As inactive as it sounds, I think the best thing I can do for you is stay here and pray for your safety and success. Well, if you're sure, you're sure. We'll try not to let you down. I'd like to imagine that Roer will be safe for the time being, but take care all the same. Hey, the same to all of you. May Dios watch over you all. Well, now that Mint's back with us, all we need to worry about is you and Makarov. As I explained to you numerous times, Makarov and I are certainly friends. But I'm afraid we don't have the sort of relationship you seem to think we do. Oh, have you got a problem with my baby brother? What's your deal? That's not what I'm saying. Sure, he's a little clumsy, and maybe he's sort of unkempt and prone to getting lost all the time, but he's my family. So if you got any issues with him, just tell me and I'll fill them in his place. Go on, lay it on me. She's been acting like this for a whole month now. And I think my daily stomach pains have something to do with her cooking. Wait a minute, did she... So she was cooking that purple stew on purpose? I don't know, Mary, maybe you should join us after all. Anyways, now there's a bike color somewhere in the Rhineford HQ. Can I use any of these elevators? Residence area. Let's see. Somebody a shelf near Alfton. Where's the librarian here again? I think it was upstairs. I see it. Alright, paint colors. Dark coloring. I won't be able to see what it's like until I get back to the ship, of course. Oh wait, Linda and Vivi are supposed to be in the daily goods store as well? Wait, do I get anything for talking to them? I might as well. It says to talk to them, so there might be some AP related to it. Oh, hello, Rean. Oh, hello, Rean. Can we not do this just for today? So I feel like I should just wear a shirt that says, I'm sorry about her or something. Hey, oh, come on. I'm just having a bit of fun with my two best pals. Besides, it's been so long since we've seen each other that she probably missed all the teasing. Really? So I'm just so happy to see you again. I was so worried this whole time. I never should have left you alone like that. You must have been really scared. I'm so sorry. I should be the one saying all that. So, oh no, here comes the tears. Well, you're such a dummy, Linde. Hey, there. It's great to see the two of you back together again. Rean, we owe you so much. We might not have ever seen each other again if it weren't for Class VII and the Courageous. Now it's time for me to return the favor by joining the crew and doing all I can to help out. Sniffle, you better. Since I'm gonna keep spicing up your lives as a ship's sexiness officer. That's not I don't think any airship, that's nothing, never mind. So I know you're trying to joke to cover up the fact that you're crying, but it's really not working. Boo. Fine, let's just get on that ship. Follow me, I'll show you the way. So alright then. Thanks again, Rean. We'll see you later, okay? See you on board. Okay, Linde was welcome aboard the Courageous. It's possible that is an AP conditional, but I'm not totally sure. This game can be really finicky about stuff like this. Let's see. Got this, got this.
Right.
Okay, for now I'm gonna have to choose my bonding events. It's always so many. This could take a while. Be right back, I'm gonna decide. By the way, looking back through the guide, it looks like I missed quite a few character profiles. Hopefully that doesn't screw me out of a medal with Alphen. Hey guys, you highway bound? That's right, I figured I might head out and fish for a while to pass the time. One of Gwen's favorite fishing holes is supposed to be out there, so I thought I'd give it a try for myself. Oh yeah, I know that one. It's not far from where our boat first landed. Just be careful though, the monsters have gotten a lot tougher than they were when Gwen used to fish out there. Oh, I will. Don't worry about me. In fact, you shouldn't be worried about anything at all. Take some time to de-stress yourself while you've got it. Everyone has times when they just need to open a window and let some fresh air into their lives. I'll give that a try, thanks. Maybe fishing with guys would let me open the window he mentioned. Yes. Well, how about we fish together? If it's a good enough way for you to unwind, it's good enough for me. That's what I like to hear. Rean guys then made a beeline to Gwen's old fishing spot on the Spina Byroad. Once they made it there, the two got right to fishing. Yawn. Feels like ages since I just put my cares to the side for a while and cast out a line like this. Yeah, ever since the war started, we've had no shortage of things to be worried about. It's probably healthy for us to take the opportunity to unwind every now and then. Yeah, even now I'm feeling all the built-up tension just kind of soften and melt away. Do you fish much back home? I got in some good run in real time, sure. Hardly as much as Gwen though. He used to take me out on his boat to fish, especially when he could tell I was feeling down about something. Huh? Really? He always seems so composed. I guess I just assumed that nothing ever really got to you like that. Man, that's embarrassing to admit. We've all got our worries. Don't fret about it. Sure, I feel down sometimes, but it always passes in time. Back home, I was always surrounded by people who care about me. Mom, Dad, my siblings, neighbors in the settlement. Whenever I started feeling down, they were there to cheer me up. And I always tried to do what I could to be there for them in the same way. That sounds like a good life. And that's how you became the dependable guys we all look up to. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. Still, I'd like to think that if there's ever anything you need, you'll be able to rely on me. This class would never have come as far as we have if we hadn't supported each other along the way. You're right about that. I'll make sure to keep it in mind. Monster. Monsters. Damn, we might have noticed them earlier if we'd been paying more attention. This reminds me of back when I rescued Lieutenant General Vander a year ago. But at least that time I had a horse. Well, this time you've got me. True, together we can take them. Boom. Pant. Well, I'd say we managed to beat the odds, wouldn't you? See, you're dependable, just like I said. And it takes two to cover each other's backs. Whenever you need me, I'll have yours. Likewise. About 1, they made their way back to Roer. Alright. The good news is that for character pages, there's actually a lot of room for error in order to get the medal from Alfin. So, as long as I don't screw up too much, I should be fine. I can't stop thinking about our field study here from earlier in the year. Sure, it was tough, but it was fun. And V was still alive. Yeah, even if we didn't think he died back at the mine. I'm guessing news of V's actual death has probably reached Crow by now. I wonder how he's taking it. Sorry, it was probably super insensitive of me to bring him up. Just try to cheer up, okay? Elliot's definitely worried about me. Maybe we should hang out for a while. I just got a great idea for something we can do together. Come with me, Rean. What's going on now? You'll find out soon enough. Let's go. Elliot dragged Rean to the Reinford building. And shortly after he borrowed a few things, Elliot dragged him right back out again. This looks like the same kind of orbital guitar I used back at the festival. That's because it is. Both that and the keyboard were made by the Reinford company. They're display models, but they said we could use them since playing them right out here would make for good advertising. Should be all tuned up now. I've already got permission too, so shall we get started? Get started? Wait, you don't mean... I sure do. Let's play some music. Just you and me, putting on a concert in the middle of the streets. Despite the sun started to play with gusto, they're focused entirely on both their instruments and the performance. A surprising number of Roer's residents had stopped to listen and clap for them too. All in all, it was a success. Should put a hat there, maybe to get a little bit of money so we can survive the next chapter. Whew, that was something. Impressive work, Rean. We were out of sync in a few spots, and we missed a note or two here and there. But it was fun, wasn't it? It was for me, at least. Yeah, it was fun. Just goes to show that music doesn't stop at giving strength to the listeners. The performers get some too, I guess. So every bit as happy there as I was when we performed at the festival. I'm a little bit biased, but I say playing yourself is even more fun than listening, to be honest. That's probably one of the reasons I just can't seem to give music up. Thanks for inviting me to join you, Elliot. It's definitely helped cheer me up. You're very welcome. Hey, we'll have to do this again sometime if we can, with some time to practice, hopefully. Not just us either, the whole class, just like back at the festival. That sounds great. I hope we get another chance to do something like that. The concert complete, Rean and Elliot went back to Reinford HQ to return their instruments with smiles of elation on their faces. Art support. Alright, next up. The city is so amazing that I almost can't take it all in. It's not so much a different city as it is a different world. Nothing is familiar. I know a lot of our classmates feel this way, but I grew up in such a rural area I can hardly believe what I'm looking at. Yeah, I felt the same the first time I was here. It's a far cry from Ymir, that's for sure. So, while you're here, why not walk around and take in the sights? It's a bit intimidating, but there's a lot to see. That sounds like a fun idea. And Rean, I know it's hard, but I hope things get better for you soon. Thanks, Emma. I hope so too. Maybe she'd appreciate a guide. Roer is a big place and all. Yes. How about I give you a guided tour of the place? I've been here before, so I should be able to give you a decent one at least. Not at least a grade, but still. Are you sure you wouldn't mind? I'd love that. What a strange sensation. The idea of a moving staircase is incredible, isn't it? True enough. This isn't the only one on the continent either. Zeiss over in Liberal has them too. I wouldn't be surprised if they were introduced in more cities here in Erebonia. Whew. Managed to say it all in time. What's that big structure over there? An orbital generator, apparently. They provide the energy that this town and its factories need to work. I've heard they have plans to make more of them too. Or at least they had plans. I'm guessing they've been put on hold until the Reinford company is fully reorganized again. It's amazing that technology like this actually exists. It's like magic in a way. Rean continued to show Emma around the city, focusing primarily on the things one couldn't find anywhere else. Eventually their tour came to an end and they decided to stop for a rest. Whew, there's so much to take in here that my head's still spinning. Every time I thought I'd seen all there was to see, you led me to something else that was even more incredible. That's the same way I felt the first time I was here. It gets even more incredible when you realize that in a few decades, places that look like this could be the norm. You may be right, especially with the way technology is always advancing. Reminds me of something I read in a book once. It said technology that is beyond the comprehension of the observer is indistinguishable from magic. That's one way to look at it, sure. But if that is the case, where does it leave witches like me? If people develop new technology, it's embraced with open arms, but our equally convenient magic is viewed as heretical. That's why we're forced to live in the shadows, hiding both our existence and our powers away from the people. Is that the only reason we exist? To fulfill duties that nobody even knows about while the world leaves us behind? Sorry, Emma, I never realized you felt that way. No, not at all. I'm the one who should be sorry. I didn't mean to ramble at you like this. You're shouldering a far heavier burden than I am right now. Another person's worries are the last thing you need. Even more so when my duty as a witch is to support you. I'm sure Grandmother and Celine would be very annoyed at me right now. You don't have anything to be sorry for. And honestly, all your concerns make sense to me. I don't think anyone exists just to fulfill some arbitrary set of duties, especially you. You really think so? Sure, you're a witch, but that doesn't have to define who you are as a person. To us, you're Emma, our class president and our friend, who also just so happens to be a witch. Nobody gets to pick how they're born, but everyone deserves to choose how they want to live their life. I suppose you're right. So don't let being a witch force you into dedicating your life to fulfilling your duties or whatever. Focus on finding something you want to do. We're all here to help you do that. You know that, right? You're not alone. I don't think anyone else in our class has figured out exactly how to live out their life either. When you put it that way... Hey, there's no supposing about it, is there? You're right. Thank you, Rean. It might not be easy to find something I want to do for myself, but maybe it's time I start thinking long and hard about it. When we run into any difficulties, though, you'll be the first person I come to for support. Whenever you need it, I'll be there. Long as I have my strengthened. Heading back to the ship, Rean? Nah, not yet. I'm just wandering and trying to figure out what to do. If I really can't think of anything, I'll probably go check in on Valimar and then laze around inside. I'm exhausted after everything that went down yesterday. Me too. It's hard to get what happened to V out of my head. He might have been our enemy, but he gave his condolences for our boss's death back in the mine, so it's hard to hate him. He did, didn't he? I almost forgot. I guess it makes sense that I'm not the only one who feels a little down after that. This might do some good to spend some time with Fee since we're both here. Yes. Hey, mind if I hang with you for a bit? I mean, if you think I'll be in the way, just tell me and I'll get going. Of course you won't. Stay here for as long as you like. Thanks, Fee. Another cat. What's the kitten doing here? He doesn't look too happy. Maybe he's been separated from his mother? He's not wearing a collar, so I'm guessing he's a stray. Rean, don't worry, we've got some time before we need to head back. Let's see if we can reunite him with his mother, shall we? Yeah. Kitten and Rean and Fee started walking around the city, trying to find where the kitten's mother could be. Maybe we should ask Celine to help. The kitten being a stray, they assumed that finding his mother wasn't going to be an easy task, and they were completely right. Rean and Fee asked everyone they could, even Celine, and searched for the missing mother cat with every fiber of their being. In the end... over there! Meow. It looks like we found our mother. Yup. Even without knowing what they're saying, it's obvious that they're family. I'm just glad we were able to reunite these two. Me too. His mother must have been looking for him all this time. Nice to know his family didn't abandon him after all. Fee. Carrying him around reminded me of something that happened the day the boss died. Just before he fell in battle too. What happened? We wanted to watch the battle between him and the Red Constellation's leader, so we set up camp nearby. All of a sudden, a Jaeger wandered into our camp, a girl about my age. Another Jaeger that young? Maybe a year older than me, I don't know. She'd come from the Red Constellation's camp on the other side of the battlefield. All because she was chasing a stray cat. Hold on, she wandered into an enemy camp just before a battle? That seems like an incredibly bad idea. What happened? Oh, we didn't attack her or anything. They weren't exactly in the mood to start anything with us at that point either. So the two of us just talked while she played with the cat. Wow, I can hardly imagine having a casual conversation with an enemy just before your leaders fight to the death. It's also kind of depressing to think that there are other Jaegers your age out there too. I guess, we're not exactly rare. But she was really strong enough to lead a whole battalion in their corps. It was like she lived to be out on the battlefield and killing, loved fighting as much as anyone I've ever seen. She was more man-eating tiger than girl. Sounds like the two of you are total opposites. People tend to paint all Jaegers with the same brush, but the more I talk to you, the more I realize how different they all are. I wonder what she's doing now. I bet she's okay though. She was strong enough that she'd be fine even if her family left her behind. That's another way we're different. Unlike her, as soon as my family left me, I became a weak little girl who couldn't do anything for herself. There's more strength than just proficiency in battle, you know. Even if there weren't, you've become a much better fighter since you joined Class VII. I've definitely seen big improvements since our first class battle as a class. Maybe you're right. If I am though, it's because all of you have been there to support me. There's no question about that. Hey, we all help each other improve and get stronger, both on the battlefield and off. You've helped every one of us. But we've all still got room to grow, and at this rate, we're going to need to do as much growing as we can. Yeah? Well, we've got a point. Together, we'll get strong enough to get through all this. I know we will. Their conversation end, they watched the two cats scurry off into the distance. Alright, Eustace. I'll be heading out shopping soon. From our perspective, causing one of the four great houses to withdraw from the war is a momentous achievement. For my birds, it's likely all within the realm of expectation. I doubt we've caused them a moment's hesitation. The only thing it's done is reclassify us as more of a threat, so we'll need to be more careful than ever as we fly around. Yikes, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Still, I would not advise becoming so cautious that we're unable to get anything done. That's a thought for another time. Right now, you should focus on taking some time to unwind. I think I will, thanks Eustace. I think it wouldn't be so bad, but maybe I should join him in his shopping. Yes. Can I join you? Honestly, shopping for supplies sounds like it could relieve stress just as well as a nap. Do what you will. My first stop is RF Arms. Are you really going to use all these whetstones on your sword? And how much reinforcing tape does that hilt need? Better to be too well prepared than found wanting in a pinch, particularly with the future as uncertain as it is. I expect my father is already aware of what happened here in Nortia. Knowing him, he's probably already preparing to retaliate. Maybe you're right, especially with him working on a soldat like these for his own personal use. Which is why we prepare ourselves as best we can for whatever lies ahead. Speaking of, I still have a number of other things to buy, including a book that the war managed to delay. Come, we're going to the general store. Okay, sure. We're starting to pick up a lot, though. Think we're going to be able to carry all this back to the ship? We aren't doing anything. You are. What? Hurry up and take these to the counter. We don't have all day. I think my arms are starting to go dead. So how'd you end up getting me to carry all this for you? I mean, I guess I could have said no, but still. Come now, you wouldn't make me waste my strength on such a heavy load, would you? Besides, given all the time you spent assisting the student council, I'd imagine you're used to menial tasks like this. Just Lieutenant Toa. I doubt you'd ever give her any guff, no? There's a mental image I wasn't prepared for. Better that than leaving your mind free to focus on burdens you need not shoulder. Come along now. Wait, is he trying to keep me busy so I don't have time to think about what happened yesterday? That's really nice of him, in a cold, off-putting, useless sort of way. But even so, I'm grateful. Reinvigorated by Eustace's awkward show of kindness, Rean carried his baggage from shop to shop without a single word of complaint. Two of them spent a long time in each shop they visited, scanning the shelves and putting more and more onto poor Rean's pile. While the experience was exhausting, it did indeed take his mind off of his worries. Or I get what he's trying to do, but I don't know how much more of this my arms can take. Come on, Eustace, you can at least take something. Anything. At least the light is slowed, right? Eustace, something in that magazine catch your eye? What is it? It's not the Imperial Chronicle. Look for yourself. The Noble Alliance marches to victory. The glorious Noble Alliance led by Duke Cayenne and the Chief of Staff Rubus Alberea continues their victorious streak. Their quest to carry the country to a new, brighter future feels all the more complete with each new success. And it should only be a matter of time before the foolish Imperial Army is eradicated once and for all. Well, this is quite the article. Not exactly going for the unbiased approach, are they? Of course not. I imagine the writers are just as much under the Alliance's thumb as those of the Imperial Chronicle. They're trying to manipulate public perception of the Alliance in preparation for their rule after the war is won. Trying to rewrite history, huh? The winners write history. Both Duke Cayenne and my brother are thinking of not only how to win the war, but how to control Erebonia afterward. That's how far ahead they're able to link. Sorry, Eustace, this must be hard on you. So it doesn't mean we're going to lose out by not doing the same. Instead of focusing on the way things might be, we should focus on the here and now, what we can do to change things. If we do, I'm sure the future we want will fall into place, wouldn't you agree? Well, I wouldn't disagree. So what if the King 3 moves ahead? That all falls apart if we do something to shake up their plans. And that's just what we'll do. We'll get to the future we want. And to think you're capable of such positivity so soon. But I suppose you still have much more of a capacity for it than I do. I want you back to your usual self as soon as possible, Rean. We won't be able to secure this future of ours otherwise. I'll see what I can do. For shopping complete, they lugged their purchases back to the Courageous, stored them in the ship's hold, and went back out into Roer. Alright, Milliam. I guess the Eisengraf's pretty much stuck in Roer Station for the time being. Well, we're stuck then under Alliance control, right? Now that I think about it, I never went and got what I left in there a while ago. Maybe I should grab it before it starts running again. Maybe I should tag along. It'd be kind of cool to take a look around inside too. Yes. Mind if I join you, Milliam? We didn't exactly get to look around last time we were in there, and to be honest, I'd kind of like to. I'm not stopping you. In the words of Fee, let's roll. They spoke to the RMP officers guarding the station and were granted permission to step aboard the Eisengraf. Once inside, they went straight to the front carriage, and Milliam found what she was looking for on the engine room's dashboard. Oh, it's a stuffed bear, a pretty big one too. He's awesome, isn't he? Gramps bought him for me a while back as a reward for completing a mission. He did? I'm having a hard time imagining Chancellor Osborne buying someone something so cute as a present. Yeah, I guess he didn't seem like the type, huh? He probably bought it for me on a whim. Oh, I wasn't trying to suggest he was a cold-hearted person or anything. He is. Hey, while we're here, do you want to go do some exploring? I bet the chairs in here are way softer than any sofa you've ever tried. Sure, why not? Still, we're putting the RMP out, remember? We can't spend too long in here. Man, you weren't kidding. These really are comfy. It was a gift from the Emperor, though. It's no wonder it'd be so ritzy. I know, right? I'm jealous of how much he got to use it, too. He got to live it up on his way to the conference in Crossbell. Oh yeah, Prince Oliver and Toa were on board for that trip, too. What's up? Nothing. I was just thinking about how this train's lost its master. The same way you, Captain Claire and the Ironbloods have. Well, that's true. Guess he can't really live it up anymore if he's dead, huh? Nothing we can do about it, though. Crow outsmarted him, and that's that. I wouldn't be too sure about that. The Chancellor was still strangely smug even as he was dying. Still can't believe he actually managed to kill him. So I wasn't expecting you to be able to talk about him so impartially. I mean, if you're upset about it, there's no need to force yourself not to let it show, you know. Why would I be? Well, when Dad was shot by that Jaeger, I was beside myself with worry and anger. And the Chancellor was like a father to all of you, wasn't he? So I'm saying, there's no need to force yourself to seem happy. You need a shoulder to cry on, Sorry, I really don't know what you mean. What's it even like to cry anyway? What do you mean what it's like to cry? Surely you've done it before? Everyone has. I'm asking you because I seriously don't know. Wait, you're serious? You've never cried? Not once? I guess not. I felt moved when reading books and kind of felt lonely when someone wasn't there anymore. But being so upset about something that tears that come out of your eyes just seems kind of alien to me. How? She's never cried? Never? She's younger than the rest of us, but by her age, most people have done it more than they can count. Huh? What'd you go all quiet for? Are you still down about this stuff with V? Shut up, okay? It's no fun if you're all gloomy like this. No, it's okay. I was just having a hard time processing what you were saying. I just want you to remember one thing. To all of us in Class 7, we're both a classmate and a friend. If anything were ever happening to you, all of us would be incredibly upset. Enough to cry a lot. Just remember that. Okay, I still don't know what you're trying to say, but I'll keep that in mind. I really like all you guys too. And come on, with how reckless you are, you're gonna run into trouble way before I do. Fair point. I'll be careful. Oh, this will add a page to our profile, so I better keep this one. Still got some room to talk to Machias, though. I'll have to bring him aboard the Courageous with us later. I still don't know about half the stuff you said meant, though. Well, whatever. I'll probably figure it out someday. I'll be taking a look around the Roer Institute of Technology soon. It's practically the premier technical university in the country, so I think any time I spend there will be to my benefit. I would imagine so. We did go inside during our field study, but that was just for Professor Schmidt's request, so we didn't explore much. So it's very you to make a break for the nearest school when we finally get a little time to rest. Well, if there's something I can only see while we're here, why wouldn't I? Maybe you should do the same. No better way to lift your spirits than to get your mind off what's getting them down. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Maybe he's right, checking out the institute probably would cheer me up. Yeah, I think you're onto something here. Would it be okay if I tagged along? Of course, I was kind of hoping you would. Shall we? Oh, it's a remote control car. Whoa. What was that? Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I recognize you two. You guys came here for a field study one time with our classmates, right? Hit that nail on the head, but... Am I explaining what those two tiny cars are? Actually, I think I remember seeing them during a field study, too. These babies, they're a new kind of toy that we're developing. We're calling them Orbital remote-controlled cars. They're basically little cars that run orbital power that you can drive around with these radio frequency control devices. With these things settling down here in Roer, we're off to test our new and improved ones all around town. That's some impressive technology. You've replicated the look of the Reinford Group's Lux line of vehicles very well too. Oh, do you recognize them, Machias? The number of cars on the roads of Heimdallr, you start to recognize different models after a while. So eventually I decided to start doing some research into what each one had to offer. The Lux series is one of the ones that I found myself particularly fond of, so its name stuck in my mind. Now there's a man of taste. You can appreciate the beauty of these little babies. You're gonna go far in life. Actually, you're just the kind of guy who we'd like to give this thing a little test run. Are you serious? As serious as we've ever been. We want as many people playing with these things as possible, right? Wait, do I have to race Machias? Oh, actually, it'd be great if you could grab another friend too. 3 people racing against each other wouldn't just be awesome, but would also provide us with some valuable data. Oh shoot. It's gonna be like Mario Kart. I'm gonna have to run you off the road or use a blue shell. Well, in that case, we'd be happy to play with your cars for you. I already know who our third will be, but I'd hardly call him a friend. You want to challenge Machias to Eustace to a race, huh? Wait, you're not thinking of... Seriously? Okay, I can't lose either of these two. I must run them off the road somehow, even if it breaks the cars. Yep, he was. Of all the things you could summon me out of the blue for, a toy car race. Still, it's not as though I have anything better to do. I accept your challenge. So now well, you still can. I expect you to give us your all too, Rean. If you insist. Well, now you know the controls. The course will take you from here around the front of the Reinford building into the top of the steps over near F. Whoa, this is gonna be tough. F is that diner, huh? We're gonna have to chase after cars though, since the orbital waves have a limited range. Oh, then shall we get started? Alright. It's probably like the motorcycle. Ready, set, go! It's a mini game for real. 3 of them chase furiously after cars, struggling to adjust to the unfamiliar controls. I bet they ran into each other a lot too. As they finally reach near the finish line, Eustace and Machias hit their competitive peak, each one desperate to claim victory. God, get the hell out of my way! Kneel before me, fool! Guys, come on a bit, you're gonna... Oh. What? Impossible! We have our winner. In our first place, Rean. The other 2 wiped out. Seriously? was a neck-and-neck race, but once they crashed their cars, Eustace and Machias didn't stand a chance. Looks like you got a bit carried away at the wheel there, fellas. Oh, that was careless of me. This is completely ridiculous. We got some fantastic data thanks to you three. We'll have to get this back to the lab and start brainstorming improvements right away. I was really wondering if that would be playable. Great work, you guys. Thanks. The race complete, Eustace went back to wherever he was doing, and the researchers skipped off gleefully to the Institute. Whew, didn't expect that would end up being such a big thing. I'm a little frustrated I didn't manage to come in first. But if the whole thing cheered you up, I'd say it was well worth doing. Thanks, Machias, that means a lot. Hey, no need to make a big deal out of it. On a more pragmatic note, I can't see something like toy cars becoming very successful during wartime. Just no reason for us to fight for peace, I suppose. Yeah, that's a fight I'm sure we'll win. Besides, if these things ever make it to the market, we can have another race. Sounds good to me. Next time, I'm taking Eustace down. Sorry. Level up. What's that kid doing here? Grandpa, how do I get good at hide and seek? Where are you, stupid? You hide in places where people won't find ya. That's what I mean. How do I find places where people won't find me? I want to get good at hide and seek like Toddy is, but I don't know how to do that. Things might be getting back to usual around here, but I've got to look into a little something for old Gwyn. We both know there's something going on in the shadows of this war, but outside of that, we're both in the dark. I can't exactly leave Lacobo and go looking into it right now, though. You're gonna have to wait for things to settle down a bit. Now I can farm U material, I really should try to upgrade everyone's courts as much as possible, huh? Still, it's kind of slow to grind it, even wish domination and all that. Jack is doing some maintenance on my orbital gun for me. With a name like that, I wasn't sure what to expect when Elise introduced me to him, but he seems like he really knows his stuff. I just wish he had a bit more of a refined dandy-ish aura about him, sort of like Gwyn, then he'd be more my type. The inside of your head must be a terrifying place to live. Hey, you have no idea, Rean. All kidding aside, though, you should take this chance to make sure all your gear is in good shape. There's no telling when you'll need to put it through some hard use, and it always pays to be prepared. Maybe I should take this chance to have a look around here too. Dandy, huh? You can guess who that is. Say, would you mind if I hung around here with you until your maintenance is finished up? Now that I look around, there seems to be a lot of things here worth checking out. If you can if you want. But I think what you really need is something else. What do you mean by that? Get your sword ready. Another fight? As soon as he's finished with my gun, there's somewhere I want to take you. Will he stand a chance this time? As it turned out, that somewhere ended up being the Nortia Highway. Do I get to use Ogre mode on her? I think that's the only way Rean's gonna stand a chance. Alright, I don't think anyone's gonna come barging in and disturbing us all the way out here. Yeah, I doubt it, but why you bring me here in the first place? Another duel? You told me not to forget my sword, so I'm guessing it's not a date. For sure, you've never been on a Sarah date. Anyway, I hope you're ready to get all hot and heavy with me as we pour ourselves into no-holds-barred combat training. Are you kidding me? And this time, I'm not going to hold anything back, so you better be ready. I want you to fight me like your life depends on it. Because you can leave this little excursion one of two ways, walking with your head held high or on a stretcher. Arrgh! You better use Ogre mode. There's no dispute rate unification. There's no way you can... It's the only way to match her buff, but the thing is, Sarah's buff is a lot more CP efficient than Rean's. I don't know what brought this on, but I can see this isn't one of your usual gags. In that case, I accept your challenge. You'll only get my best today. So we begin their intense battle. True to her word, Sarah came at Rean with all the fury of a raging storm. Despite bringing the best of his skill to bear, he was just barely able to withstand her assaults. Ugh, how are you so strong? This is what it's like when you're not pulling your punches, huh? Damn straight. The world's not a nice place. It's not a fair place. But I fought tooth and nail for my place in it anyway. The world takes from you too. I've almost lost count of how many irreplaceable things it's taken from me. So many friends, allies, I don't even have a homeland to call my own now. Instructor? But I did what I had to do to keep on living no matter what. And I stand before you now as the sum of all those ugly, painful experiences. Life will knock you down over and over again, but if you rise up just one more time, that makes you the victor. That's something I've kept on believing, and seeing you students give your all has only strengthened that belief. That's why I've decided that everything life has taught me in the School of Hard Knocks, I'm going to teach you. Not through words or lessons or fancy platitudes, but through battle. Use your spirit unification is the only way, man. I'm ready to learn. You might have gotten the better of me before, but I'm ready for round 2 anytime. Ah boy, let's not waste time chit-chatting then. You ready? They resumed their battle and the intense training continued. Rean focused everything on the fight, fending off Instructor Strata's onslaught as best he could. After a long, difficult fight... Oh, he managed to get a few good hits in, I guess. Yeah, looks like neither of us has the energy to go another round. Guess we'll have to call this one a draw, but at the very least, I'd say we've gotten some good training. Well fought, Rean. There's no way he could have fired to a draw without spirit unification. He must have used that at some point. It's kind of scary how strong you are, though. It was all I could do to keep you at bay. I didn't even get a proper hit on you in the end. He could have, though. Oh, he did not use it. If he did, he probably would have won. All you would have had to do is fire up the power of yours, and you should have, since I specifically told you to fight like your life depended on it. But he's just messing with you. That consideration you always show for others is part of what makes you strong. I know you're still beating yourself up over what happened yesterday, and that's totally understandable. But at the end of the day, you've got to get past it and move on. No one can do that for you. But you will, though. I have no doubt about that. So just keep your chin up and your gaze forward, I guess. Thanks, Instructor. I'll try at least. A lot of people are counting on me, and I don't want to let them down. The two stayed and rested for a while to get their strength back, and once they felt better, they walked together back to Roer. Of course I'm going to have to reload that. Hey, Rean. Hey there, glad to see you're taking it easy. You've earned it. Right back at you, Angelica. Are you taking a break together then? Yeah, we certainly are. Nothing makes me happier than spending some quality time with my dear sweet Toa. George is at the Institute too, so it's just the two of us. It's about time I whisk her off to her own private little world. No, Angie, stop! So you really haven't changed a bit. Hey, but in a weird way, I've missed this. Now we just need Crow. Yeah. Our crew won't be complete until we drag his ass back home kicking and screaming. I'm so glad Angie's back. But we still need Crow. I'm not going to give up until we've got him back. Even when we get him back, he'd probably still end up in jail. Just saying. Or on probation at best. Maybe I should ask them to join them since I'm here and all. Hey, will you ladies mind if I joined you? Not at all. I guess we'll have to pay for you since you're the bright-eyed first year. This really is relaxing. Hey, this tea here is nice for a working-class diner, isn't it? I've always been fond of this place. I always used to sneak out of the mansion for some booze. I mean, to relax like a sweet and innocent young maiden. Angie, you aren't supposed to be drinking alcohol. Hey, forgive me, my dear. Still, it feels like it's been ages since we were last able to sit and talk like this. Settling things with my father paid off. It really has been too long. Yeah, it has. Oh, and your hair's looking a little disheveled, Toa. What? It is? Well, it makes sense that it might, I guess. Ever since I started wearing the captain's hat, I haven't been paying much attention. That won't do at all. Your hair's so long and beautiful. You gotta take better care of it. I know. Why don't I comb it for you? Oh, would you mind? It's been so long since you last did it. I kinda miss it. They're so close. It's adorable. That should do the trick. Huh? Wow. It's kinda strange seeing with her hair down, but I've gotta admit, it really suits you. You think? She looks surprisingly mature when she has her hair down, doesn't she? Cuteness and maturity, the best of both worlds. She's such a queen. Okay, that's enough, Angie. Can I please have my ribbon back? Nope, not yet. This is my chance to try all kinds of fun things with your hair. I've had a collection of ribbons stored away for the next time I got to play with it like this. Stay right there while I go get them. Hold on a minute. Too late. Sorry, she's unbelievable. I don't know, Toa. There's no harm in spending time like this together once in a while. When you think about it, these are the kind of peaceful moments we're fighting to return to. That's true enough. Angie and I were recently talking about how things would have been if the war hadn't started. If we were still at the academy, our time there would be rapidly coming to an end. We're second year, so this is the time we really need to be thinking about what to do after graduation. Oh yeah. Have you been able to give that any thought? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fortunate enough to have received offers from all kinds of organizations and ministries. George has gotten them from research facilities and institutes all across the country. And Angie seems to have a lot on her mind about what to do too, with her family and all. So I've got my work cut out for me if I hope to be as in good a position as you guys when I graduate. You are still a first year, so I wouldn't sweat if I were you. You've still got plenty of time. To tell you the truth though, I think the war has made all of us more unsure of what to do. Even assuming that when it does come in then, we're able to go back to our lives like they were before. I feel we have a duty to think about this country's future. Just picking some career off a list isn't good enough. I'm amazed you're thinking on such a grand scale. Personally, I feel like I've got my hands full just thinking about my own future. I really can't compare. That's not true at all. I think it's only because of you that we're able to see things like this. I'm sorry? Well, your cause is a source of hope to us, all of us. It's only because we've got that hope we can believe in that we can even think of what to do when the war is over. As long as they're out there fighting to bring it to an end, we can all believe that that end will really come. So let's keep fighting together, okay? We're able to save Angie. I'm sure we can do anything else we put our minds to. You think so? What am I even saying? Of course we can. I feel a lot better now, Toa. Thanks. Hey, glad I could help. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, you're back. You wanted to enjoy a day with my little Toa. You should have asked for us, Rean. You're the only man I'd even think of entrusting her to. I would have helped set things up nice and smooth. What are you talking about, Angie? Huh. Angelica made her way over to the table and went right to work trying to obscene number of cute ribbons on Toa. Rean casually sat back and enjoyed his cup of tea, every once in a while cracking a warm smile at an increasingly flustered Toa. Level 4, but she's not playable. Anything to say, Hugo? Alright, that's the last of my business here for the time being. Preparations have been made, dotted lines have been signed. I've just got to get in contact with our capital office. He looks awfully busy. I guess inviting him to join the Courageous can wait until after maintenance is done. That explains why he wasn't on the list. This is my first time seeing Roer. I must admit, I'm very impressed. My expectations were high given the Rhineford Company's presence here, but I can safely say they've been shattered. I think this single shop alone has more types of orbital goods than the entirety of Legram. I kind of feel like a child in a candy store, to be honest. There's so much I want to look at while I'm here. I'd go for some window shopping. Alright, spend time with Laura. Mind if we look around together? Nothing like shelves full of stuff to take your mind off things. By all means. Let's see what this place has to offer. Oh, so this is an orbital refrigerator. I noticed there was a large one in the Courageous' kitchen, but I wasn't entirely sure what it was at the time. Oh, now you mention it, we do have one on board, don't we? Being able to just stick food in there and have it stay fresh for days is pretty awesome. So it is. I wouldn't mind having one for myself when I want to prepare a boxed lunch. How much does one cost? Maybe I'll consider one when my skill in cooking improves enough to justify the expenditure. Let's go look at something else. Right, she actually seems pretty disappointed she can't get one. Well, if you're not good at cooking, it might be useful just to... Well, do they even have microwaves in this world? Yeah, even if you're not good at cooking, you can still put frozen food in the freezer side. What's this? This design is very avant-garde. It's a vacuum. This here is called an orbital vacuum cleaner. You press the button on it and it'll suck up dust and crumbs. Just don't use it on computer parts because the static might break stuff. So it's like the orbital version of a broom, I guess. That does sound pretty convenient. I'd like to give it a try. Let's see. Laura carefully pressed the button on the vacuum cleaner. I don't think you're supposed to just turn on the appliances in the store like that. Sorry, I guess curiosity got the better of me. So I should turn it off then. Is this the button you press to do that? Why is it vibrating even louder and more forcefully? Excuse me, miss. Wait a minute. I'm surprised it was able to work. I guess they don't have to plug things in when there's orbital energy or something. I don't know. Maybe it had its own batteries. So I guess well, he certainly seemed none too pleased with us. I'm sorry, Rean. Don't worry about it. It's not often I see you get in trouble like that. I guess technology isn't your forte, huh? Apparently not. I mean, I have an interest in it, but very little experience actually using it. Didn't they have computer classes in 4s, though? I think I'd be able to use all the appliances here if I had a chance to learn, though, just like I did with our combat orbments. By the way, where are these? They're orbital washing machines, by the look of it. You put your clothes in there and they'll wash them for you. At least I had a few in her house from what I could remember. Wow, that sure sounds convenient. Fascinating. I wonder how it works. Let me see. Oh no! Arrgh, not again! My apologies. So which of these buttons turns it off? This one? No, maybe this one? Uh-oh. What? You broke it! Please tell me you haven't done what I think you've done. I'm afraid it appears I've broken it. Excuse me, miss? Oh, we're probably oh, good. The damage was much less severe than it looked, and they were able to repair the orbital washing machine. I almost thought we'd lose all our money at this point. The employee was understandably furious, but thanks to their connections with Elisa, he was kind enough to overlook what happened. Is that a gospel unit? I can't believe I made such a blunder, not just once, but twice. Well, at least they were able to fix it, right? All's well that ends well, I guess. Still, it really does feel like you were, born in the way of the sword. You don't need to make my lack of domestic skills sound like some kind of winning quality. I'm also aware of the areas where I come up short, and I took up cooking in an effort to become more refined, but I wasn't planning to admit that here. Still, I'm glad I got the chance to see a side of you no one else has really gotten to see. And hey, no one's good at everything. We've all got our weak spots. Well, that's true, but you and I aren't so different in that regard, you know. All of us have roles we're good at fulfilling, and for those we aren't, we need to learn to rely on others. I want you to promise me you won't try to shoulder everything yourself. All of us are here with you to share the burden. Huh? Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Laura. On the floor, strengthened. Seriously, those are gospel units! Or something shaped like it, some kind of dome. I'm glad you joined me. It was a lot of fun looking around together. Even if orbments do continue to vex and baffle me. If they could prove useful in my lunchbox making exploits, however, I won't be able to shy away forever. Oh, the characters. I might have missed her first page though. You know, pressing random buttons is never a good idea when it comes to technology. Okay, finally Reinford HQ. Fortunately, they appear to be in the same building, so this should be easy. Employee elevator. Speed through. I can't. Surprised I didn't have a start button to skip that little animation. Where are you up to, Elisa? I'm just checking out the rooms to make sure everything's in order. Sharon supposedly put everything back in order now that Director Ragnar's gone, but still. Can't hurt to double check, right? I'd hate if he ran off with something valuable on his way out. Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy who develops sticky fingers. Do you want a hand or anything? I'm fine, thanks. I've got a pretty good idea of where everything was, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Mother's more than busy enough, so I might as well just get it done. I feel like I should help her out anyway. Yes. Are you sure about doing this on your own? I mean, 2 people would be able to get the job done faster, right? Or twice as fast. Where are you playing, Schwarzer? Nothing at all, I swear! Hey, just kidding. Of course I'll take you up on that. The two of them made their way around the Reinford household, scouring each and every room for any signs of malfeasance or missing property. Fortunately, thanks to Sharon organizing everything the night before, it didn't take them too long. Before they knew it, they had only one room remaining, the chairman's room. Well, I'm glad to see that at least the rooms aren't a complete mess like they were yesterday. Sharon's done a great job cleaning everything up. It doesn't look like there's anything missing either. Well, that's good news. So, as much as I feel bad criticizing Angelica's uncle, Heimdallr Ragnar must be an absolute slob. I think as a noble he'd at least pay a little more mind to cleanliness. I feel sorry for his housekeeping staff. It's probably more than being a noble. He probably could get away with never having to clean anything. Imprisoning your mother seems to have inflated his ego. You're probably right. Suddenly having power over someone he was never able to stand against must have been a real treat. Kinda like Morgan Douglas from Seraphic Blue. Either way, we're almost finished up here, so, What is it? Oh, I just noticed something sticking out slightly from between 2 of these books. Maybe a picture? Huh? This is... Yeah, a picture. It's a photograph of you as a little girl. And that looks like your mother, which would mean... Yeah, that's my father. Why is this hidden away on her desk, though? Maybe she pulled it out to look at every now and then while she was working, but didn't want anyone to know. Honestly, I'm surprised too, but here it is. I don't think there's any doubt that it's important to her. I guess you're right. Elisa put the photograph back where she found it, and the 2 of them finished checking the rest of the rooms. Once their work was done, they treated themselves to a well-deserved rest. Ooh, that sure took a while, huh? I can only imagine how much of a task that would have been if you had to do it all by yourself. Hey, truth be told, I probably would have given up partway in and just left the rest to Sharon. Thank you so much, Rean. For what, helping out? Well, sure, but while finding that photo earlier may have been a coincidence, I doubt I would have looked around Mother's room if you hadn't been there. If I hadn't, I never would have discovered that or realized that maybe, somewhere deep down, she really does care. I think you would have. Even if not today, you'd realize it eventually. She's your mother, after all. The 2 of you will always have that connection as family, like her or not. I think the day will come when you 2 understand how much you care for each other, with or without a photo to show. I'd like to think so too, at least. Talking with you like this reminds me of when we had our field study here. We had a little heart-to-heart about Mother back then, didn't we? In this same room. It was this room, actually. There's a lot I'm really thankful to you for, though. I wouldn't have been able to free Mother or the city on my own. And this is hardly the first time you've supported me or helped me accomplish something when I needed it the most. So for all the times I was too stubborn to say it, thank you, Rean. I hope I'll get the chance to repay you for this someday, for everything. Repay me? Well, anyway, thanks for all your help today. I'm gonna be going now. See you later. Oh, right. I'm not sure what that was all about, but I guess I better get ready to head out too. Your bond with Lisa strengthened. Reach link level 4. It's time to talk to Alphen. You know, it's strange. For some reason, when I start recording, the memory clock on my GPU actually goes down. Last night I received an invitation to stay here. There's still some time until we have to leave, so I think I'll spend some quality time curled up with these books instead. Sharon's coffee can't be beaten either. In fact, pulling myself away from here may prove to be a real struggle. Maybe I should join her for a while. She seems like she could use some company. Yes. Mind if I stick around a little longer? Not at all. Hey, well, we don't get many chances to spend time together like this, so let's make the most of it. Rean could never say no to some of Sharon's coffee and in fact asked her to make another pot for them. With that, he and Princess Alphen spent some time perusing the countless books gathered in the library. This coffee really has a nice aroma to it. See, doesn't it? Sitting back and enjoying a cup of Sharon's coffee engrossed in a book. I think I found the very definition of bliss. Well, I can see where you're coming from. It never ceases to amaze me how many books there are in here, or even the variety of topics and genres represented. I guess Gwyn has always had a pretty broad range of interests though, so it makes sense that his library would be as diverse. Indeed, but that only makes it more difficult to decide which volume to read next. Though I must admit, I was a little disappointed to find one particular genre unrepresented here. Yaoi? Oh, which one? See, the titillating tales loved by fair ladies all across the Empire. Stories about the lives and loves of handsome gentlemen. Books that warm the hearts of all who thrill to their prose. Oh, those books. I remember you saying that those were pretty popular at St. Australia too, right? The Courageous was lacking that genre too, until Dorothy came and seeded it with some volumes from her own collection. So does Elise, you know, have any interest in those kinds of books? It's so much more magical to just leave the truth of things to your imagination. We're talking about a realm created by and for pure-hearted maidens, after all. It's not a place where gentlemen should tread lightly. Fair enough, I'm curious, but not that curious. Try to at least regulate your corrupting influence, though. That'd be great. If that's truly what you wish, I suppose I have to respect your wishes. But teasing her is my most cherished pastime, so I really prefer to keep at it. Yeah. So I wonder if she realizes her struggles are mainly just for entertainment. So teasing or not, I'm glad Elise has at least one close friend she can depend on. Oh, speaking of entertaining pastimes, I actually learned of a delightful little card game called Blade from Sharon yesterday. Oh, do I have to play against her for this one? Perhaps we could play a few rounds together? That sounds fun. I accept your challenge. Yeah, just like when I dueled Crow. Rean got the cards and began what seemed like it would be a few quick friendly games of Blade. As they played though, things unexpectedly ended up getting fairly heated, with each of them determined to come out on top while holding nothing back. In the end, the time they spent playing together was as enjoyable as the time they had spent reading. This really is quite an amusing little game. It's nice that even an inexperienced player like me doesn't start at too great of a disadvantage. Yeah, the updated version has a lot more strategy to it, though. They're playing the old version. But you know, I have a lot of fond memories of this version of the game. I almost can't help but like it. In fact, Crow's the one who gave me my very first deck of Blade cards. Oh, really? It was sad to see the two of you fighting each other, especially after all you've been through together. What is it that forced the two of you to fight like this? Well, ultimately, I think it's a battle of wills, and both of us are too stubborn to just give up and walk away. What do you mean? Rean told Princess Alphen about everything that had happened between him and Crow. And he went on dredging up those memories from what seemed like a lifetime ago. He went through a whole spectrum of emotions. Yet through it all, she had quietly and considerately listened until he finished telling her all that there was to tell. You can think of it as a high-stakes game of Blade, Crow on one side and me on the other. And Crow's winning. Neither of us are willing to compromise on the things that make us who we are. Our beliefs, our past, our friends. And without compromise, all that's left to us is to meet each other head-on and see who comes out on top. I just hope that while we're doing that, we'll discover where life will lead us and what to do with ourselves after this is over. Hey, I see. Boys will be boys, I suppose. But hearing you describe it, I almost envy Crow's position. Huh? Why's that? Oh, I just meant Elise would probably think if she were here now, envying Crow, I mean. After all, it's almost like fate is pushing you and Crow together. It fills my imagination with thoughts. Just the words of the wise, guys aren't too hot about being paired up with their male friends when they don't lean that way. See, well, like it or not, I consider myself someone fully invested in this little battle of wills now. So I intend to stay with you and see how it all pans out. You're more than welcome to come along for the ride, Your Highness, wherever it may take us. Level up. Of course, I won't even be able to see her use any of those abilities for a while. Or Lisa should have one too. Yeah, I forgot to get her first one. I might have passed her up at some point too. Certain genre that's popular over at St. Australia's. Hey Celine, what brought you here? My desire for privacy and quiet. Have you ever tried taking a nap on the Courageous? Looking at you, you definitely haven't. You look like something the cat dragged in. That's being generous. I've been better, yeah. Normally, I just tell you to forget about what's already happened, but I see we're beyond that point, so try not to let it shake you up too much. Depression isn't exactly going to be our ally in the days to come. Don't let it take over you, okay? Man, I must look really bad if even you're trying to cheer me up. Don't get the wrong idea here. I just don't want you to take your mopiness in the battle with you and get the both of us killed. I'm worried about me, alright? I got it. What time is it now? Yeah, he should be in this building. So I really rather not see him. But I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna try and arrange a meeting. Knowing him, he's gonna be exactly the same as I remember. Whoever he's here to see, he doesn't seem to sound too happy about it. Must be that Professor Schmidt guy who's kind of described as an asshole. What? The Alliance has withdrawn from Roer? You're serious? Serious? Yeah! Life is good. Life is so damn good. Someone's happy. Woo, yay! Hooray for some sweet freedom. Thank you guys, now we don't have to worry about the Alliance anymore. Guess that means they can go back to building their RC cars. Marquise Ragnar withdrawing from the Alliance means that Roer's neutral now, right? That's great news, we don't need to worry about being attacked or any of that stuff now. Now I can devote myself wholeheartedly to my studies, thank goodness. Well, I'm finally done, I don't want to see another account for a long time. After what happened, the Institute's going to be making an effort to distance itself from the Alliance, at least for now. which means that things should finally be able to get back to normal here, and that's music to my ears. Such a relief to know this province is now neutral in the war. What our students need is an open, free environment that fosters their creativity, not lots of military funding. Okay, I think now's a good time to wrap things up. I already got pretty much all the missables here, and I already did all my bonding events. Yeah. Let's be sure. Event. Yeah, I got dark coloring. I already have sweet blue, but I'm gonna need to look for my classmates to help cook this one. Gambler jacket is also within my grasp. Alright. And Imperial Chronicle. Should I go and check on Valimar in the hold? If I do, I probably won't have the time to do anything else out here. Looks like maintenance is nearly finished. Board the Courageous.
Wow! That must have been tough. I'm so proud of you, Rean!
I must have missed some AP somewhere, did I? I don't know. This game doesn't really give me... none of the guides told me what my cumulative AP should be. It really sucks that they didn't even at least show that. Greetings, my awakener.
How are you feeling, Valimar? The battle yesterday must have been pretty hard on you.
So now I'm really paranoid that I am completely behind on AP. Really sucks. I may have to just tally up the totals by myself on the calculator or something.
I am fine. The damage to my armor and lost mod have largely recovered. I expect to be in peak condition before our next battle.
That's good to hear. Just listening to you talk, you really have changed since we first met. You seem to be talking a little more like a human now.
Is that so? That would suggest that my memory is slowly recovering.
What's that now?
The part of me in which memories are stored appears to be damaged. I have very few memories of the past, such as why I was sealed within the old schoolhouse to begin with. This includes my memories of language. Thus far, I have had to rely on the preset bare minimum of speech functionality. However, thanks in great part to your assistance, my speech functionality is slowly beginning to restore itself.
Does that mean that your memories of the past are starting to return too?
It is an indistinct memory, as if clouded by white noise. I seem to recall someone burdened by a great sadness, much like yourself.
That obvious, huh? I look that burdened to you? Someone died right before my eyes. I was powerless to stop them. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I might have been able to stop it from happening. And that regret's like a thorn stabbing into my heart. Was the person in your memory able to move past their burdens?
I am unable to find any memories to answer that question. However, I believe that your sense of regret is an entirely natural process for humans. Is that not the case?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Give thought to what you would do differently if confronted by the same situation again.
Do we know how to extract pilots from their soul dots easily?
If I can aid you, I shall.
Yeah, you're right. I can't undo the past, but I can at least make sure I don't make the same mistake a second time. Perhaps considering how to do that is the best thing that I can do right now. Thanks, Valimar. I feel a little better after talking to you.
Then all is well. I am afraid I must return to sleep. Should you require my aid again, you need only to call my name.
I need to keep on getting stronger. strong enough that I can protect the people around me. The ship's maintenance is probably almost done now. Maybe I should take a nap or something while I wait for the others to get here? Yes, this is Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Hey there, Rean. George here. Do you have a minute?
George, is something wrong?
Well, I'm over at the Roer Institute of Technology at the moment, and an acquaintance of mine here has a pretty interesting proposal regarding your Divine Knight.
Seriously, he was working for the Noble Alliance, and now I guess he's willing to change sides if it means doing more of his research, huh? That's all he cares about. For science.
A proposal? Who is this acquaintance of yours?
Well, it's the Institute's president, actually. Professor Schmidt, the Empire's foremost orbital researcher.
Alright. What exactly are you proposing then? Professor G. Schmidt. Name's G. Schmidt. I serve as this institute's president. I certainly wasn't expecting the pilot of that Ashen Knight to be only a boy. The Alliance ought to be damn near ashamed of themselves they keep losing to a snot-nosed brat like you. I don't think that's any way to talk to a person you've only just met. Besides, he happens to be one of the students who helped you get that minor medal earlier in the year. And one of the students put out that request without any input from me. You should be kissing my boots for having the honor of assisting with my research, however indirect it was. Some things never change. Putting that aside, is it true? Were you the one responsible for developing the Panzer Soldats? It is. Duke Hyan made the request and I agreed to it. I used the ancient robot Ordine and the Society's archaisms as a reference point. And then designed a frame that could be mass-produced even with the Reinford Company's technological capabilities. Afterward, I drew up plans for several models and oversaw the completion of a Draken prototype a few months back. Why do you ask? Do you have any idea what you've done? So you're wasting your time, Rean. He doubles or catches his interest, loses himself in it until he's done, and to hell with the consequences. The railway guns in the Guerrilla Fortress and the orbital wave jamming device in Nord were both designed by him too. Unbelievable! Wow, an engineer who doesn't strive to satisfy his intellectual curiosity is a sight of an engineer. We just design things, it's up to their users to decide what to do with them. So, do you get it now? It was because I couldn't cope with this part of him that I ended up going to the academy over here. Yeah, I totally get it, unfortunately. Oh, right. What made you come visit the professor to begin with? Oh, of course. That was what I called you here for. I was hoping I might be able to get some kind of advice or pointers from him. You know, about getting a new weapon for Valimar. Oh.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
George told me about what you're after. He says you want a weapon capable of fighting on equal terms with the Azure Knight. We might have gone our separate ways, but he's still a former student of mine. I'm open to the possibility of designing something for you. Really? You'd make a weapon for Valimar? I said I'd be open to the possibility. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you want my help, I have one condition. Zemurian ore. Ring any bells for you, Rean? Oh no, I already used them all up in the last game. Shoot. I think so. You used that to make weapons for us before, didn't you, George? But how are we going to get enough for a giant Valimar-sized sword? Oh, you know of it? Saves me the effort of explaining then. It's an extremely rare ore found here in Zemuria. It's an astoundingly strong material that possesses a mysterious radiance within it. And what's more, as I learned while developing the Solas, the frames of the Divine Knights are made up of that very ore. Your Ashen Knight included. I had no idea. The double saber Ordine uses appears to be made of it too. Which, as I'm sure you figured out, means if you're ever going to compete against Crow, you're going to need a Tachi made of Zemurian ore too. To make one, however, you're going to need vast quantities of ore. Yet it was only recently discovered how to refine the ore at all. Processing it will be immensely difficult. But bring me the materials and I'll be willing to assist you. The concept of a weapon that can compete against the Divine Knights is of great interest to me. Even when you're helping people, it's only to help yourself. It'd be nice if you were doing it to atone for delivering those solas, but I can't picture those words coming out of your mouth. The very thought makes me feel ill. Bear in mind, Zemurian ore is an incredibly rare material. I doubt you'll find enough of it to get the job done. Still, should you pull it off, I'll design you the finest Tachi you'll have ever laid eyes on. My name as an engineer, I can promise you that. Thank you, Professor. This will be a great help to us. Whether or not, we're going to find all the Zemurian ore we can to make this work. I'll keep my expectations low. The advice Rean received when forging a new weapon for Valimar came from a surprising source, but they could not have asked for better. After politely excusing themselves, Rean and George left the Institute to reunite with the rest of the crew. And once maintenance was declared complete, they boarded the Courageous and departed from Roer. Thursday, touring Erebonia free. I have to tell you, I'm impressed. I was expecting this beautiful ship to be on the feisty side, but she's a real sweet girl. Cutting through the clouds like this feels wonderful. I could get used to this. Wow, I can't believe how quickly you've gotten the hang of it, Angie. So neither can I. But I think it's obvious who's more qualified to sit here between the two of us. This job's all yours now. Why, thank you. I hereby accept the positions of Chief Helmsman and Courageous Second in Command. She really is amazing. There's no one out there who can tame a vehicle as fast as Angie. We're not gonna have to worry about a thing with her around. Moving right along, the good news is that we were able to liberate Roer. I don't think any of us could have predicted how much the war situation would change in the process. Marquis Ragnar says provincial armies' withdrawal from the conflict will have a profound effect going forward. Losing one of their key members is bound to be a painful loss to the Alliance. For one thing, it should make things easier for Lieutenant General Vander in the 3rd Armored Division. Their greatest concern before now was the Northia Provincial Army, after all. So the Alliance's overwhelming supremacy is starting to sway. Only in East Erebonia, though. They still come out on top in the West. Right, Prince Olivert says much too. General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius are out there and claiming one victory after another. And then there's your brother, Eustace. He's a brilliant leader and it shows. I see. Be that as it may, all we can do is focus our efforts on the Eastern Front for now. That's what we were entrusted with. But fretting over things we can't change won't do us any good, right? That's putting it into perspective, yes. We've got our hands full over here as it is, so let's make every moment count. Time to get back to gathering all the info we can. Speaking of, mind giving us an update on the situation with Valimar's weapon, Rean? Alright, how could we forget? Professor Schmidt agreed to cooperate with us, didn't he? Cooperate is a strong word, Elisa. He only cares about what interests him. That ends up benefiting us is purely secondary. Remember, he's only going to help if we happen to find enough Zemurian ore to make the weapon. How are we going to get stuff that rare is beyond me, though. You said Valimar himself was made of that ore, did you not? Maybe we should just break a piece off him and then forge a katana from that. You wouldn't happen to have any ideas, would you, Emma? I'm pretty sure he doesn't need his crotch piece. I'm afraid the Hexen clan knows very little concerning the creation of the Divine Knights. Some legends passed down the clan say they were made during the time of the Great Collapse. Specifically, they were forged by artisans who called themselves gnomes. That's an interesting name. I know the term from old stories like anyone else, but I had no idea a band of artisans by that name existed. Supposedly, they once worked closely with the clan's ancestors. But somewhere down the line, the witches and the gnomes ended up parting ways. I couldn't tell you exactly when. How curious. Maybe so, but none of that's going to help us find any ore. Our chances of finding enough were pretty slim to begin with. I know where you can get enough, but only if you're willing to overcome some very difficult trials to obtain it. You do? Really? What do I have to gain by lying? You're aware of those strange ruins scattered all over the country, right? Yeah, there's one we had to skip as well. Oh yeah, where the higher elements were active? Those are the ones. They're called spirit shrines. They were built on top of septian veins long ago by the gnomes to encourage the formation of massive Zemurian ore crystals. Those crystals were in turn used to create the Divine Knights. So if there's any place in Erebonia to start looking for the vast amount you need, it's there. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell us this before now? Am I supposed to be a mind reader? It wasn't exactly relevant until now, so why bring it up? No need to bite our heads off. Hey, she told us now, right? All we gotta do is go to one of those shrines and we'll be rolling in ore. Let's hope so. We've got a lot on our plate checking up on the country, but exploring the shrines been our best lead yet. And no matter how difficult it might be, a little thing like a trial isn't going to scare us away, right? Right. The discussion coming to an end, their destination had been decided. Before departing, however, Class VII thought it best to check if there were any new requests from Prince Oliver. And their timing turned out to be quite apt, as he had very recently sent several their way. Let's see what we got this time. They're all optional? Gone Air. Klein Bell. Here's the deal. An airliner got hairjacked mid-ribbon went missing, but we managed to track it to the Isengard range. Right now the hostages are all still inside, so we're going to rescue them. It's going to be tough given the hijackers are armed. That's where you and the creators come in. TLoH can give you the specifics on how to reach us, but we'll be waiting in the Isengard range. See you there. Sweetest challenges, blah. Dearest ladies and gentlemen, I've taken the liberty of calling upon you for a request of my own, unbeknownst to my worthy rival. I have left the letter in the location indicated by the Blue Cross. I think you'll find it well worth your while to read it. Famfi Fee. Croisin for a bruisin. Imagine uses Albrea weeping for the safety of his province's people as they're chased through the streets by a ravaging monster. Surely you could not let such a dire scene come to pass, will you? But all is set, and the North Croisin highway awaits. A Bearden. This one's from Klein. I'm happy to see Heimdallr's with him too. Not so happy about the airliner going missing though. Doesn't seem like something we can afford to ignore, dangerous as it sounds. But look at this one. Phantom Thief B? What's this about reading a letter? As if we have time to be concerning ourselves with his pathetic antics. So I know what you mean really, but ignoring it might be even worse. Yep, we've got our work cut out for us. Hey Rean, I want to help look out for everyone. Let me come with you, okay? Of course, V, you're always welcome. I think Celine and I should come with you when you're exploring the shrine too. So Emma's mandatory, huh? I was about to say the same thing. Make sure you're ready before you go. I wasn't kidding when I said the trials were difficult. Not possible to remove Fee from the party. I'm gonna bring Eustace. That's great. Everyone managed to level up off screen. That way they're not too far behind. That would have been really bad. Okay, good to know the game has a small bit of mercy for me. I'll only bring Emma in when I'm about to fight the next cryptids. Alright. Bring Laura in case I need her to use the domination course to quickly wipe out an enemy mob. Something like that. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.